body of a corn has been taken hostage by an evil-looking creature.
When Amatem fought appear, malaria around for cover.
Amatem, thank you.
Amatem fought against some gel capsules, tablets for adults, and suspension for Pekin. Amatem does not eat somebody and are very easy to use. Remember how Amatem fought against scratch pin to confirm the original and against some gel capsules. Amatem. Say no to malaria, yes to life.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to PSN Decides 2018. It's obvious that due to my age, I can't say this is the first ever. One might have been done before I was born. But in recent times, this is the first presidential debate we'll be having as a society. I welcome all of us who are here present in the room. But more importantly, I welcome all those of us who are connected online, all over the world, on YouTube and Facebook. The link remains PSN Decides, PSN Uliole 2018. So, dear colleagues, this is the first time in recent times that we'll be having this kind of debate. Not only are we having it physically at the National Secretariat of the PSN, but then more importantly, people are from all over the world are watching us live. And in the recent in the last few months, we've had a lot of heated debates on social media around the candidates for the election. It's the time for us to really hear from the candidates themselves. Have they been wrongly represented by their campaign managers? This is the time to know. There are a few ground rules for us as we go into the program for today, which I will explain as time starts. At a time like this with an opening prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming pharmacist Ebenezer Adeleke as he leads us in the opening prayer.
God of yesterday, today, and forever, we therefore commit everything to your care, to your direction. Kindly supervise, kindly direct. At the end of it all, your name will be magnified. The best we emerge at Ibadan. All the others, all of us will cooperate with the one who has emerged. There will be level playing ground for everybody. We will set good examples for generations to come. Good example for the whole country. Let it be so. In Jesus Christ's name we have prayed. Amen.
Thank you very much. Let's take our seats as we go straight into the program for today. Since I got the call on Monday morning that I'll be the one to do this onerous task, I've been trying to find out who did I offend. Because when you put me on the hotspot with 4 legends and to coordinate this kind of affair, I can only ask for wisdom from on high. And I've been praying since then, and I believe my prayers have been answered. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to listen to 4 people, one of whom will be the 19th president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. 19th because on the roll call I have from the roll of honor we have there, we have Peter Achibong, 56 to 62, A.O. Ransom Kuti, 63 to 71, Olu Akinkugbe, 72 to 74, Christopher Efobi, 74 to 77, Ayo Fasomi, 77 to 79. Then around the time I was born, Olaide Oshosomi, 79 to 82. Sam Agboifo, 82 to 85. Bayo Ogunyemi, 85 to 88. Julius Adelusi Adelui, 88 to 91. Philip Emafo, 91 to 94. Professor E.O. Ogulano, 94 to 97. Lady Eme Kaite, 97 to 2000. Muhammadu Yaro Buddha, 2000 to 2003. UNO Uwaga, 2003 to 2006. Anthony Akimian, 2006 to 2009. Azubike Okwo, 2009 to 2012. Olumide Akintayo, 2012 to 2015. Ahmed Ibrahim Yakesai, 2015 to end of this month. And so, November 2nd or 3rd, a new president shall emerge. 19th in the series, and that's what we are here to discuss. Ladies and gentlemen, for every gathering like this, there are ground rules, and I'll be reading out the ground rules for today's program. You'll see that we have tried to copy or emulate international best practices, having 4 different lecterns there for the different contestants. Some of us may wonder what guided the arrangement. Please note that it was strictly in alphabetical order. It was interesting for us to find out that all contestants had their surnames starting from O. So we had to start from Onwamua to Ojo, to Orunwese to Oyawole. So just to clear the air about that. Also, the questions, when we start, will follow the same order. We will have a timekeeper for today's program. The timekeeper will be Mr. Francis, and yeah, he's there. And he will be working primarily with the cards I have here. Each contestant will have 2 minutes to speak on a particular, when given a question. After 1 minute, and I'll need the attention of the contestants here. After 1 minute, he will show this card that says you have 1 minute to go. After that, 30 seconds after that, he will show this to say there are 30 more seconds to go. And at the end of the 2 minutes, this will come up. We believe that as professionals and as men of honor, all speakers will respect this timing. But if for any reason this comes up and the speaker is still speaking, you'll hear something like this. And so, I hope I don't have to use the bell today. So once you see the flag, just stop speaking. Now, we'll appeal to all those who will be speaking today to please maintain the highest level of decorum. This is because this program, like we've said, is being streamed live. And you know, once the words come out, you can't take them back. And after the event, it will be available for viewing online. So we would like, as much as possible, that we maintain a high level of decorum as we speak. A number of people have also challenged or had issues with the way the program was arranged. Or why don't we use a massive hall that will take everybody? Why don't we do it in Ibadan and all that? I'll just simply like to say this is a very good start, and we can only get better from here. All delegates have been given a fair opportunity to bring in their supporters, and then all the critical stakeholders of PSN are in this room. I will take the recognitions very shortly. And if at any point in time there's a question or there's a comment that requires a rebuttal, whoever is responsible will be given an opportunity to make such a rebuttal. Please note that we cannot take all questions. If everybody seated here were to ask questions and all the people online, we will not leave here until the conference ends. So we'll use our wisdom to, we expect that most questions will be repeated anyway, so we'll sort all that out and then we'll ask the most pressing questions. For those of us who are here, you will be given pieces of paper to write your questions down. Please, as papers go around, take them and note your questions down. That is what I'll be reviewing. Nobody will have an opportunity to hold the mic and ask questions. Same thing would apply for those on social media. There's somebody who is on the social media desk right now monitoring questions as they are typed on social media. They will be noted and we will take them at the right time. Sorry. Okay. Continuation of the ground rules. The only form of expression allowed by the audience is clapping. There shall be no booing, no whistling, no singing, and no jeering, and no interruption of the speakers while they speak. And as much as possible, please let's keep all phones on silent. I would like now to take some quick recognitions for the stakeholders who are here present. He needs no introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming the sitting president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, pharmacist Ahmed Ibrahim Lakasai. You're welcome, sir. Like you know, this event is co-organized so to speak, by PSN and Family News. Ladies and gentlemen, founder, CEO, Family News, pharmacist Ifeanyi Atuyi, can please stand for recognition. Thank you very much. Also, I'll be introducing the National Secretary of the PSN, pharmacist Emeka Duru. You're welcome. Representing the Board of Fellows of PSN, pharmacist Ebenezer Adeleke. You're welcome. Sorry? With joint hands. Representing the Screening Committee of the PSN, pharmacist John Uwewu. You're welcome. The CPC Chairman, Oluyole 2018, pharmacist Onyeka Oyebo. You're welcome. I'm yet to get the names of all the other delegates who are here, but I can see pharmacist Ekomobong, you're here. YPG representative, you're welcome. I think I saw the national chairman of ACPN come in. Oh, sorry, Ahapon. Okay, you're welcome, sir. Who is representing ALPS? Okay, I'll get the name as shortly. ACPN and NAPA also. At the right time, you will be recognized. Okay, at this point, we would like to take the welcome address by the president of the PSN. Can we give him the mic? The president of the PSN.
Nigeria, Chief Emeka Duru, the Chairman Screening Committee. Of the Board of Fellows, Chief Adeleke, CPC Chairman, Onyeka Onyewu, the candidates with all the surname of O, Orunwense, Oyawole, Ojo, and Ohuabo. All fellows of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today, we thank God that history has been made. This is an innovative initiative where we felt, apart from normal poster presentation, agenda presentation, during our annual general meeting, we decided to come up with this idea where some selected people will be here to listen to the candidates, but for the larger members of the society, we'll see on the YouTube and Facebook, because we don't want to organize another conference here. That is why we said it cannot be open to everybody. As normally the debate, as we see being conducted all over the world, it is for few participants, but it has to be highlighted, shown on the YouTube and Facebook. But to be honest with you, I must give credit to two people. One, young pharmacist, Seni Akirenade. I thought he would be here. He was the first to call me and said, we need to organize a debate for candidates, because we have never seen this number of candidates. Then, as if God has answered his prayer, Elder Famatui called me. He said, I want to organize a debate. Then suddenly, pharmacist Kabiru Raji, Adishina, called me. I said, no, all of you should put your heads together, come up with the idea, and Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria will bless it. So PSN will not take the credit. The credit goes to these three people. Kabiru Raji is here, Atui is here, and Seni. And I'm so happy that this will be an opportunity for me to talk to the candidates and to talk to the larger members of the society to know that, look, pharmacy is a great society. We have reputation. We have code of conduct. We have ethics. We have discipline. And this is a society that was founded in 1927. 91 years is not a joke. So I say it will be an opportunity for me to admonish these candidates to take this reputation seriously, because we are not going to allow anybody to tarnish the image of pharmacy profession. We want decorum. We want maturity. We want a level playing ground. And I want to advise, because in our guidelines it has been stated, the Pharmacy Advisory Board has cautioned the candidates. And I want to caution now. What I see on the social media is not palatable. It's not pharmaceutical. And it cannot be taken, because we want safe, quality products. And when we cannot talk in a way that words can be safe, cannot be injurious to us, I don't think that will be possible. I want to tell the larger society there is still room for disqualification. The guidelines is clear. We have to caution our members the way they talk on social media. We cannot allow that to continue. And between now, the former president, board of directors are watching, NEC members are watching, and we are going to pencil it down, and a decision can be taken. We don't need to call names, castigate anybody. This is for service. This is a call to duty. This is a call for sacrifice. It's not for something that you as a person will gain. So I see no reason why we'll be calling names, why we'll be castigating each other. So this debate will give an opportunity to listen to them, to make our candid opinion. This debate is to remove the impression of anything religious or tribal divide. We want quality because we believe in quality. Pharmacy is about quality, it's about excellence, and I know we are the most organized professional body in Nigeria, and we must show that. We are the most structured professional body in Nigeria, and we must show that. So by the grace of God, during our AGM Oluwele 2018, on the 2nd of November 2018, there will be room for all the candidates to present their posters, agenda, but there will be no any other debate. I want to make it clear. I have read through the social media people calling for a second debate. I say, Mba, there will be no second debate. This is the first and the last, and I hope the next people will take over from here. And I believe in professionalism. I believe in not bullying anybody. In the presentation, I don't want any candidate to bully anybody. We will not allow that. That the anchorman didn't mention. No need of calling them, no need of bullying. Because we are civilized, we have mutual respect, and we believe at the end of the day, we are going to work together, we will continue to work together. I want to welcome all of you, and as we pray from the beginning, I pray to God that God will be with us throughout the end of this program, and God will continue to be with pharmacy. I welcome you, and may God bless you pharmaceutically. Thank you very much.
Okay, so having set the tone presidentially, as is always good to do, I'd like to go straight into the affairs of the day. But just so I don't forget, I'd like to, of course, extend our appreciation to the for supporting this program with the live streaming. Let's appreciate them, please. They've been very supportive of PSN activities. They will also be streaming the conference live from Ibadan to all those of us who, for whatever reason, may not be able to attend. So, we get to the meat of the matter, and here I'll be inviting the presidential aspirants one after the other. I will do this by reading their short profiles, and after I finish reading the profile of any of the candidates, he'll come and take his stand behind the designated podium. Pharmacist Mazi Sam Ohamua, born on the 16th of August, 1950. Samuel Inyanyi Chukwu Ohamua is a proven leader, lay minister, social worker, entrepreneur, nation builder, newspaper columnist, and author, all rolled in one. Sam is a 1976 graduate of pharmacy from the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. He did his internship with the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital Enugu and the compulsory NYSC at General Hospital Yewa Yauri in the present-day Kebbi State. Sam is a fellow of several professional organizations, the most prominent being the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Sam has been honored severally by his community, profession, and the industry, but significantly officer of the Order of the Federal Republic, as well as being conferred with the National Productivity Order of Merit Award in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming to the lectern. Lulu Ojo is the founder and CEO of Merit Healthcare Limited. He studied pharmacy at the then University of Ife, now OAU, graduating in 1984 with a second-class upper degree and distinction in pharmacology. He has a master's degree in business administration, 1991, and a doctor of pharmacy degree, PharmD, 2009. He is a fellow of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, the West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacists, the Nigeria Academy of Pharmacy, as well as being a distinguished fellow of the Professional Excellence Foundation of Nigeria. Dr. Lulu Ojo has served as National Chairman, Association of Industrial Pharmacists of Nigeria, 2009 to 2013. Chairman, National Drug Distribution Committee, 2013 to 2014. Pioneer Managing Director, Ultra Logistics Company Limited, and Chairman of the 2017 National Conference Planning Committee of the PSN. He is a recipient of merit awards from Lagos and Bendel, now Edo and Delta, Ogun, and Ekiti states of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Dr. Obalolu Ojo as he takes his stand at the lectern. Pharmacist Dr. Otako Daniel Orunwese was born on the 11th of November, 1963. He obtained his B.Pharm degree at the University of Benin in 1986, an MSc in Pharmacy at the University of Lagos 1991, and Doctor of Pharmacy at University of Benin 2005. He had his internship at the Lagos State Hospital Management Board from 1986 to 87, NYSC at the NMPC Medical Department 87 to 88. He's worked in the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, Igbinedion Hospital Okada, Federal Medical Center Yanagwa, and Niger Delta University. His service to the pharmacy profession includes Deputy President South 2015 till date, Chairman PSN Narcotics and Drug Abuse Committee 2018, National Public Secretary of PSN 2009 to 2012, Chairman PSN Bayelsa 2003 to 2010, Chairman Committee of Heads of Pharmacy in Federal Health Institutions 2011 to 2018, Member of PSN Council since 2003, PSN NHIS Desk Officer 2015 till date. He is a fellow of the West Africa Postgraduate College of Pharmacists. Ladies and gentlemen, pharmacist Otako Daniel Orunwese. Last but by no means the least, pharmacist Anthony Oyawole, FPSN, FPC fan, FNAFAM. Is a 1987 graduate of Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. He is a quintessential leader with a proven track record of service to the pharmacy profession and the public at large. In the last 30 years, he has been in the vanguard of various struggles for entrenchment of ideal practice environment and development of the profession. He has served in various capacities, including National Publicity Secretary of ACPN from 1997 to 2000, Chairman, PSN Strategy Committee, 2012 to 2015. He is currently the Chairman, Law and Ethics and PSN Desk Officer for Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria, APBN. Ladies and gentlemen, Pharmacist Anthony Bola Oyawole. You're all welcome, presidential candidates. Very sure you've listened to the ground rules I shared initially. And very quickly, we will go into the program proper. Now, from the program we have for the day, we will start with opening statements by each of the candidates before I read out the prepared questions. After we are through with this cycle, we'll now take questions the audience, members of the audience would have written out, and then those on social media. Please note that because today is Friday and our Muslim brethren have to go and pray, we plan to wrap this event up by 1:30. So please cooperate with us as we try to keep the program free-flowing all through the day. So, as I said earlier, the first set of questions will be taken in alphabetical order. So, the box stop starts from the table of pharmacist Sam Owamoa. Your opening statements. You have 2 minutes for this. Thank you.
Good afternoon, President, leaders, professional colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I am thankful to God for the privilege to offer myself to the service of PSN at the level of the presidency. Having considered the existential challenges our profession is facing, having looked at the threats that we're confronted with, I am persuaded that I need to bring my 42 years of goodwill, network, experience to support our leaders, past, especially our present leaders, in the work they are doing to rebuild and reclaim pharmacy. Pharmacy needs to be rebuilt and reclaimed, and a lot of work needs to be done, and we need to be sure that we do what we can to get pharmacy back to pharmacy, so that our work, our recognition, our acceptability, and impact in the profession will improve. And I'm sure that we cannot do that except we're able to play at the level where the policies are made. We're able to get to the policy level. We're able to get our people at the policy level. We're able to ring-fence pharmacy and make sure that pharmacy is no longer a profession practiced by everybody, where you can get your products on the streets, you can get it on the bus, you can get them on the moving vehicle, at the kiosk. We want to be sure that we bring back pharmacy, and the pharmacists who have been trained to have the mandate to manage medicines have responsibility for medicines across the landscape, from general practice to hospital pharmacy to industrial pharmacy. That pharmacy are the center of the profession, and that there is opportunity for career growth and the ability for everybody to get a fulfillment, so that we are not like people who are running a profession and the non-members are benefiting while we are suffering. That's why I'm offering myself for your service.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I stand here proudly before you as a presidential candidate from November 2000. Long way. We are blessed with leaders who have taken us from where this profession started to this point that we are. But we are at a crossroads that we need to move away from where we are and go to a greater height. And as it is being said, if you want a result that is different from the one that you have been getting before, then it is time for you to do something differently, different from what you have been doing. Therefore, that man with ideas, with creativity, with innovation, with passion, with drive, with energy, who will take this profession from the level it is now, where our leaders have done their best to get it to that level where each one of us will be proud of our profession. Which one of us will wake up one day, will wake up every day and say, thank God that I'm a pharmacist. This is what I represent. This is what I'm going to do. This is what the pharmacy of tomorrow will bring for us, so that each one of us will be happy. And we need to serve our people. We need to serve the nation. We need to define a way where we can connect with people. We must come up with things that will translate our knowledge to a tangible benefit to the patient. We need to work together. We need to move together so that we can make pharmacists the most trusted, the most ennobling profession that this country has. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Dr. Daniel, over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Mr. President, fellows in the House, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Orumesi. I bring to you goodwill, a Daniel that will reposition and re-engineer and rebrand our pharmacy profession to the benefit of everybody, both the old, the young, that will give hope to those who do not have hope, that will ensure that tomorrow will certainly be better than today. And how are we going to do that? And that is because I have a vision, and that the vision is that to serve Almighty God, you must be able to serve mankind, and my vision is to serve mankind. And how am I doing that? I'm doing that through pharmacy, because pharmacy is a calling, it's a vocation which God has called me to, and I'm going to use to the benefit of mankind and to the glory of God. We are going to steer the ship of PSN in the right direction, using the right advocacy. PSN is an advocacy. We're going to steer the ship of PSN in the right advocacy. We're going to ensure that wherever we want to go, that is where we are going to get to. And there are a number of ways we are going to do that. But there are certain things that are actually besetting us. We know that people are shortchanging us. We know we have detractors, both from within and outside. Our PSN will stand firmly to ensure that nobody is shortchanged at any level, whether in the civil service or in the community, or even in the academia or in the industry. We are going to liberate PSN and indeed pharmacy from every form of yoke that is touching us. And at the end of the day, we believe that the vision of service of mankind will be achieved. And I believe that, God willing, together we can. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Anthony Oyawole.
Mr. President, fellows in the House, Oyawole has been a man who has been in the vanguard of rebranding pharmacy for the past 3 decades. And as they say money shows the day. I've been involved in repositioning hospital pharmacy practice to an enviable position today when it was about to be thrown out from the public sector. Oyawole has led 4 other pharmacists to reclaim our birthright when the DG of NAFDAC was taken away from the bosom of pharmacists. At the point when Consumer Protection Council of Nigeria wanted to take over the roles of PCN, Oyawole, as the chairman of Strategic Committee, advised PSN to challenge the power of CPC in court, and by landmark ruling at the Federal High Court in Abuja, it was ruled that the CPC has no power to regulate community and industrial pharmacy. And by the grace of God, Oyawole has contributed to make sure that Pharmacists Council of Nigeria is repositioned for effective monitoring and control, to the extent that, by the grace of God, I'm an honorary consultant, not with money, but service to PCN. So what are we bringing on board? We are bringing on board integrity and character to make sure that pharmacy, what we have achieved, is consolidated and taken beyond where pharmacy is going to be celebrated. We are bringing on board a research and development department that is going to be robust at the National Secretariat We are bringing on board a fee-based practice. We are bringing on board community service, and we are bringing on board what we have termed in our manifesto 15-point agenda, which was launched on the 30th of June, and it is available to be perused. This and many more is what we are going to do, because I have a passion for pharmacy. Oyawale is married to a pharmacist, a deputy director at Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, who is also a consultant pharmacist. And by the grace of God, in a few months, I'm going to be a father of a pharmacist. Thank you so much.
Well done. Well done, all four contestants. Now we have met you. We are beginning to shape or reshape our impressions about you. The members of the audience, please, let's begin to collate our questions. If you have any you brought from home, let's begin to take them. If as the comments come, you need to get some verification, let them come. And then same applies to those of us following on social media. There will be 3 sets of questions asked. After the first set of questions, each person has a different question, but they are thematic questions around the same topic. If after all 4 have answered, if anyone has a comment on a question somebody else has been asked, you have a minute to either agree on the rebuttal or make some additional comments. After I'm through with the 3 sets of questions, we'll take questions first from those in the room, and then we'll take from those on social media. At the end of all the questions, each of the contestants will have another 2 minutes for closing remarks. So if there's anything that you didn't have an opportunity earlier to react to, you can use your last 2 minutes to make those comments and then round up for the day. So we'll start in alphabetical order. And so this question goes to Mazi Sam Ohamwa. What are your thoughts on the open drug market as they are today in Nigeria and the new drug distribution guidelines? Is there anything you would like to change in the new drug distribution guidelines if you emerge as the president of the PSN? Your time starts now.
Let's talk now that the open drug market represents a major development that has been going on in the country. In 1982, I wrote the first petition against the open market when I found that my drugs, as marketing manager of Pfizer, Vibromycin and Feldin, were being faked, and they were traced to the market. I wrote a report, a protest to the government, to the police. We arrested some people. At the end of the day, we were told that it was a civil matter. We should go to civil court. And that was when we began to press, because there was no law. We began to work for the enactment of the NAFDAC law and subsequently the PCN. So for me, the market ought to have been dismantled before now. In my writings, in several places, I have said they should be dismantled. But I'm happy that during the evolution of time, we have found that it is important for us to have a proper guideline that every participant in the profession and in the industry must participate. So for me, the guidelines as they have provided are reasonable, even though they can be improved. But our critical issue, my area of focus will be enforcement. Because we even have statutes and laws today that says that people cannot play the roles they are playing in the pharmaceutical business. But they are playing those roles. The problem is with enforcement. So I'm going to work with PCN to strengthen PCN, to give them more power, more inspectors, more funding, so that they can go and implement the laws and ensure that the national drug distribution guidelines are followed through to the letter and enforced. That's what I'm going to do, much more than we have ever done before.
Thank you very much. Dr. Baludojo, what are your thoughts on the Pharmaceutical Inspection Committee, the PIC, as currently constituted and operated? If you become PSN president, what will be your approach to that committee or that concept?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. It has been said, pharmacy is about one profession that is so much regulated, that over-regulated. So many laws, But the challenge is the enforcement of those laws. Now, with the Pharmaceutical Inspection Committee, the purpose, to me, is to ensure that the law that is already there is implemented. Therefore, as president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, I will strengthen that committee in each state, at federal level, to ensure that they are able to carry out their functions. If you look at our regulatory agencies, yes, we may expect so much from them, but the question that we really need to ask, what resources are available to them? Do they have the wherewithal to be able to manage a vast territory like Nigeria? So as president, I'm going to work with them to ensure that they have more. I'm going to work with partners to ensure that they can get further resources. We are going to look at new ways to do the work better. We are going to look at new ways to get more output for each unit of input. We are going to look for ways to motivate the people, some of them that are even serving without any remuneration, without any reward for whatever. So we are going to be with them. We are going to assure that they can do their work and pharmacy can be what we want it to be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What will you do as president to encourage local pharmaceutical manufacturing in Nigeria to reduce our over-dependence on imported medicines?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Our look over-dependence on importation. For me, I think we as a nation have occasioned this deliberately. I remember when we were in the university, we had a lot of local manufacturing outfits. And over time, some of them seem to have collapsed. How? Why did we get there? We got there because people now found that there was cheaper ways of getting money faster. Now, as president of PSN, and we do know that it's important that we have security, particularly medicine security. So it is better for us as a people to manufacture our medicines in Nigeria so that nobody holds us to ransom in case of any emergencies, epidemics, and what have you. So what are we going to do? We're going to present before government. Like I said before, PSN is an advocacy group. It's all about advocacy. We will call all the stakeholders, and we already have them in PSN. The manufacturers, the importers, the hospital people, everybody, we are going to present to government a pharmacy position that will help, that when we put into action, it will help go back to the situation where local production is encouraged. We need jobs for our people. We need to make sure that the environment is encouraging so that when they will bring out their products, people are willing to patronize and buy, and to make it more productive and more profitable, and then they will be in business for as long as possible. So, as PSN president, what I'm going to do is and the first thing I want to do is to convoke a meeting where all the stakeholders will sit down and will come up with a pharmacy position, which we're going to present to government. And then, of course, those areas of quick wins will begin to ensure that we liaise with these companies directly to see how we can encourage them in whatever way to make sure that production goes on and people are employed, and that will be the way to go. Thank you very much.
Mrs. Anthony Oyawale, what are your thoughts on the war of fake drugs as being currently prosecuted in Nigeria, and what we doing as a society to strengthen it as a nation?
Fake drugs is program in our nation, and it came from the chaotic distribution of drugs that we have. By the grace of God, when I become the president, we will ensure that the NDDG that is already on becomes the order of the day, because there's a sanitized way of distributing drugs. And audit trail can be effected. And the way drugs are coming in, we made it a point of duty through the federal government to ensure that there are designated points of entry for drugs. One port, one through the here, and these points of entry are adequately manned by the NAFDAC officials. And once they are manned, and you can trace how drugs are coming in, then you start to solve the problem little by little. But it doesn't end here. We also need to engage the services of the inspectors of the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria. It's one thing for drugs to come in because the borders are porous. It is another thing that at the point of entry it is moving, is getting to the adequate warehouse that has been registered for such purposes. As a veteran inspector, I've found out that many a times it is not the designated registered premises that drugs are moved to when they are brought into this country. So there must be synergy of focus between the regulators, NAFDAC and PCN, and of course, PSN as a major stakeholder will need to collaborate with these two agencies so that they need to work in harmonious together so that in Nigeria there could be a sanitized way of drug distribution. And once you achieve that, fake drug will be reduced to the BRS minimum.
Thank you very much. So that's all four have had the opportunity of answering a question. Is there anyone who has a comment on what some other person answered? Okay, Dr. Lolojo.
Yeah, for the benefit of the House, as president of the PSN, local manufacturing will be 1 point lives at risk. And that was the basis of the theme of last year's conference. Let's look at it. We don't really need to revert the wheel. It's already there. Look at India. 50% of the world generic supply is from India. About 40% to US and 25% in UK. So what we need to do is to look for a way to encourage our local manufacturer. We have 42% capacity utilization as of today, despite the fact that 80% of our national consumption is imported. What do we have to do? Patronage is the first thing. We need to ensure that what they produce are being sold. Not all just being sold, they are paid. A situation whereby government buy and in the next 1 year or 2 years you don't give them anything is wrong. Incentive, funding, affordability. Affordability will come from the way we are able to mobilize the populace. How many of our people can access? Thank you. God bless.
All right. Thank you. Does any other person want? Okay, Mr. Yaole.
Yeah, on the issue of pharmaceutical inspection committee, it started with my chairmanship in 2006 when 50 pharmaceutical premises were sealed in the metropolis Ikeja in Lagos here. And since then, it has been business unusual. And that was what led to the institutionalization of Pharmaceutical Inspection Committee by PCN in all the 36 states of the Federation. As a veteran inspector, I am aware that the way to go now is to have an enforcement department at the Pharmacists Council of Nigeria level. And that has been granted by the head of service. As a president, I will work assiduously so that this department can be manned and manned by adequate staff, so that the ad hoc mayor will be put to stop and PCN will be able to operate as NAFDAC is operating. That way, we will have an effective monitoring and supervision.
Thank you. Last minute,
yeah, just to add on to what they have spoken on promoting local manufacturing. As you know, I was president of the Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Group of MAN. I was the founding chairman of the West African Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association. The issue with industry are many, but I think what I would do as PSN president is first to get the industry to sit down with the academia, because we need the academic pharmacists to do research that will provide solution. Because today, the industry is importing even starch, cellulose. 5% of what we put in the industry are only procured locally, water and labor. So we need to increase value addition. And that is where the pharmaceutical research institutes, NIPRI, the universities will come on board and work to provide those alternatives that are cheap, that are also of international quality. That will help to relieve the burden on local manufacturing.
Thank you very much.
Next to speak on the issue of the open drug market. Good enough, we have the National Drug Distribution Guidelines, which we pray that by the grace of God, from 31st December 2018, all ODMs in Nigeria should be a thing of the past. And of course, we have seen some engineering and re-engineering in that regard, which has also culminated in what is now known as CWC. So one of the things I think I will do as president is to ensure that that date remains sacrosanct. And we should get off the ground, no matter how poor we start, we must get off the ground to ensure that ODM must become a thing of the past. We just must do that. And pharmacists must be encouraged to take part in the CWC. Because that's a business angle, that's a business venture. So pharmacists must be encouraged. Even if you can't take one, you can team up at whatever level you find yourself. Team up 2, 3, 4 people, get the minimum amount required, and then be part of the play as well, because the time will also come where we begin to complain. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. You've all had an opportunity to take the first round of questions. I'll take it, right? Okay. We'll go to the next round of questions, and we'll follow the same order. Master Sam Oabua, what will you do as president to solve the problem of inadequate internship placement opportunities for pharmacy students?
Actually, for me, I have stated in my mandate that within the first year I become PSN president, the suffering of the young pharmacists will cease, especially in regards to internship, because what I'm going to do is to match the number of pharmacists we are producing, which today is under 2,000, 1,005 per annum. And I'm going to seek, as I'm already begun to seek, to create enough internship positions beyond the ones that we have in the federal institutions, in the state institutions, in the MDAs. We're also going to go to private sector and negotiate with them. As CEO of Pfizer or NIMET, nobody ever came to negotiate with me about the number of internees I should take. I will take 10 this year, 20 the next year, just as I liked. But as PSN president, I'm going to negotiate, working with PCN, with all the institutions, and ask them to provide positions for our internees. If they need us to incentivize them, I'm going to come to council and say, what do we do for industry? What do we do for institutions that will take more of our people? Because for me, human development is more important than anything else. Having money in the bank is good, but when we don't have our young pharmacists employed and they can't do internship, then that is a travesty of justice. Me, as a young pharmacist, I got my internship position 20 days after I left school. And in my third year as a pharmacist, I had a second car in my garage from Pfizer and from where I did my internship. I think we need to restore those years, working with PCN, working with the Federal Ministry of Health and all other people who can assist us, looking for legislative action and ensuring that we recreate that opportunity for our young pharmacists to enter the profession with pride and go through it successfully.
Stage, an evil-looking creature.
When Amatem fought appear, malaria run for cover.
Amatem, thank you.
Amatem fought against some gel capsules, tablets for adults, and suspension for Pekin. Amatem does not eat somebody and are very easy to use. Remember how Amatem fought against crash pin to confirm the original and against some gel capsules. Amatem. Say no to malaria, yes to life.
The future belongs to those who plan for it. And the future of the profession actually is the youth that we have right now. Just a few weeks ago, we organized a program for the youth, talking about insights for greater achievement. And there we are told, if we are not careful, in the next 10, 15, 20 years, we may not even have people to practice the profession as we are practicing it now, despite our level of complaint. Why? Because the graduates that are coming right now, they are more internet savvy, they are more IT savvy. And IT is one thing that can give them job much better than what we are doing right now. Therefore, as president of PSN, the very first thing I will do is to set up an employment bureau. An employment bureau that will be able to straddle the gap between training and practice, so that our people do not have to grow looking for things to do. Yeah, but more importantly, I'm going to set up a forum of past president. The people who have been past president before, we are going to make it official now that we have a forum with them, so that we can tap that energy and get them to be useful to the profession more. Then we already have YPG. It's not just going to be treated as an interest group ordinarily. We are going to get them involved in whatever we do. committees that will be set up will have adequate representation of YPG. Let me say it here. There is no committee I will set up as president of PSN that will not have YPG involvement, because tomorrow belongs to them. They are the one that we are going to hand over to, and this is what I am going to do, as I have been doing, even in my private capacity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. How can the PSN proactively groom the next generation of leaders for this society, knowing fully well that the young pharmacists are the future of the profession?
I know that many of them are not here today, but I do know that they are busy somewhere with their laptops, with their handphones, viewing what we're doing. And I do know that before the end of the day, a number of them are going to come up with a number of questions. And those questions must be answered. Now, to proactively do that to answer your questions directly, we're going to even start from the universities. I am a lecturer by the grace of God, an adjunct lecturer at the Niger Delta University. And when I'm lecturing the students in the class, I lecture them in such a manner that I want to impart in them that when they become pharmacists, they must not see themselves as being subservient to anybody. And when they come to do internship in my place, I also tell them the same thing, that you must be a pharmacist, and you being a pharmacist means that you have something to offer. And that thing which you have to offer is the service and the quality of service. So you must be able to offer quality service that will make a difference in the life of people. So we need to mentor them at the university level, at the internship level, even at the YPG level. And that's why they must be brought into the mainstream of PSN early enough, so that we can begin and continue to do that mentoring. So that wherever things are not being done properly, we should be able to correct them immediately and effectively. There are lots to do in that regard, but like I've said, we must start from the university, we must do it at the internship level, and we are also going to do it at the level when they become YPG, including those who are young in employment. We must be able to make sure that when they get employed, they are not in a hurry to get out of that employment as soon as possible. So we're going to ensure that employment is rewarded. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pharmacist Oyawole, what are your thoughts on pharmacy education as currently run? And are there areas of pharmacy training that you believe can be improved upon?
Yes, pharmacy education. There must be a guidance. And the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, in conjunction with the Nigeria Academy of Pharmacy, started out with their first outing about education summit, where many practitioners in Nigeria, America, UK were brought together so that they could develop an homegrown PharmD program, which is already being developed now. And NUC was brought into the picture so that everything can be official. And by the grace of God, PharmD has been approved. We are going to encourage all our school of pharmacy to embrace this PharmD, not the lackadaisical attitude they are devoting to it, as we are seeing now. And to also give tip to the manpower training with respect to this pharmacy education. We don't want our lecturer to be the Pharisees. You are preaching what you don't practice. We are looking at a situation where Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria is collaborating, that those who have fellowship degree in West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacy can be absorbed as a lecturer once, and perhaps, by chance, be given opportunity to run their PhD by attending 18-month program, while those who are already having PhD can do 2-year program to have their fellowship. So there's going to be synergy of activity, and the consultancy that we have been fighting for will become readily tools that can be used to achieve what we want. And that way, the practice setting will have been enhanced, because what we will be producing will be homegrown PharmD graduates that is meant for the Nigerian market, and will be able to elevate the health situation in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Once again, you all have a minute, if you want, to react to questions some other person has been asked. Does anybody want to take that? Dr. Dan?
Yeah, let me speak with respect to internship.
Okay.
Because let me also say that that is my area of core competence. When I was growing up, it was not too far from me that we even have people do their internship in family. What happened over the years? So as president, we're going to bring all stakeholders. We actually, yes, who are the first, the society, the people who came up with the idea of central placement. We're not going to have to wait for central placement. We're going to tap ourselves, the industry, the pharmacy shops, the wholesalers, the universities, the faculties. The faculty was possible to do your MSc program. So we're going to have to revert back to those ones. Because if every university will take even 5 interns, multiplied by the number of faculties we have in Nigeria, that would take us to people. And let me also say that right now, the FHIs in Nigeria actually increased the number of interns, particularly for this year. And that was because we asked the minister to do so. And he has done that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's take Dr. Lolojo.
Thank you. I want to just put in a word on pharmacy education. As it is today, we have a situation where the people who are teaching our students are not happy. When I was going around, this is what they said. What is the need for me that you have to register as a pharmacist? I don't need that license to be able to teach pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmacology, and whatever. So what we need to do is really to get closer to them. And this is the promise I've made, that the PSN platform will be used to impact lives and practice. But more importantly, we are scientists, first and foremost. That is what our training is. All we need to do is to bridge that gap between the training and the practice. And this is where myself as president, we work with Nahi Business Academy that we really have before to be able to bridge that gap that we have in order to suit our peculiar environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
On the internship placement, I'm aware that very soon the central placement is going to be the order. There are federal entities. But this time, leader has been. He says, charity begins at home. I'm going to set up a research and development department. People are going to work. Society needs to start engaging pharmacy interns. PSN, technical groups that are fighting, state chapters that are fighting. Then the faculty of pharmacy, I started my own from the faculty of pharmacy in Ife. During visitation, it will be one of the conditions that must be given for the accreditation of school of pharmacy, that they must absorb pharmacy interns. And that way, we'll be able to have a big number that can be taken. And that way, the problem will be going down rather by rather.
All right, thank you very much. Mazi, do you have any comments? Okay, thank you. We'd like to appreciate those of us who are connected via social media. You need to see what's happening on YouTube and Facebook. It's buzzing. They are following us. And please say, I wish the next president the very best. Okay, we already have some questions from social media. You see, my table is full and overflowing. But last set of my prepared questions for today, and I'll go back to Mazi. How will you ensure all technical arms of PSN work better together? That's community, industry, hospital, academics. How do you plan synergy for all of them?
Well trained and well impactful in discharge of its responsibility to the healthcare team and to the patient and to the nation. If our vision is coherent and unified, it becomes easy for us to relate. The technical groups have been set up as a way of causing greater focus on different aspects of our profession to be able to reach our communities and to reach our different segments of the country. But they are not supposed to divide us. Very often I find people saying, this is the turn of this is the turn of this person to do this, to do that. I don't think this is a matter of turn by turn. It's a matter of ensuring that at each point we have an overarching need to deliver on what will help the profession. And I believe that if we're able to get the policy environment right, if we're able to recover pharmacy and take away all the interlopers in the profession and raise the status of pharmacy, every pharmacist, whether you're in the hospital, whether you're in the community, whether you're in the academic or in the industrial, will benefit because we are confronted with those key issues, policy and enforcement of the rules. So I think that building a cohesion, common vision, and involving each unit and getting proper representation. I would even go beyond talking about technical groups. So the states, I've gone around the states, there are some states that feel that they are not part of PSN. They are alienated. We'll bring everybody in and ensure that it's a happy home. One united, happy people who are recognized and who have their proper place in the healthcare team. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Pharmacist Obalolojo, what are your thoughts on the status of pharmacy technicians, patent medicine vendors, and how will you relate with them as PSN president?
They are essentially stakeholders that we need to deal with. And how we deal with them, we actually determine the future of this talking about pharmacy technician. We have been talking about task shifting for a very long time. I think there are things that we need to just allocate to them. And those things must be statutory so that they know what their work is all about. Not only that, we need to make sure that they have a clearly defined career path, career growth. Because as it is today, we are complaining about some people subjugating us and whatever. We must not do things that will make them feel we don't care for them. Because if we don't care for them, then they will rebel against us, as they are doing right now. As it is with the advent of robotics and whatever, which we are still a mile away from, but we have them, and we have to ensure that we give them tasks that will make them happy. Talking about the patent medicine stores, there are things that we really need to consider as pharmacists or as scientists, and this is one of the things that I will do as president. We have 180 million people, and we have about 8,000 active pharmacies practicing in Nigeria today. How do we stretch 8,000 pharmacies to serve 180 million people? These are things that we really need to do. I think our job almost immediately is to come in between them and the people, so that whatever it is that they are doing for the people are things that we know, are things that we can regulate, are things that we can direct, so that they can have services. If the people do not have service, if no pharmacist is there, they need their drugs. They need to have their drugs, and they will go looking for them. So it is our job to bring the PMMV people nearer and let them know their limits, let them know their function, be with them, train them at all times. And I think we'll be good for it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Onwese, what will you do as president to improve interprofessional collaboration in the health sector?
We already started work on that. I can assure you that one of the things that we're going to do to improve interprofessional relations will even be, we're going to start even from the clinical practice of pharmacy. Let me say that where I work at the Federal Medical Center here now, I have 63 pharmacists. But I want to say what is more important is that in each of the wards, there is a pharmacist. And these pharmacists, day in, day out, work with doctors and nurses and indeed everybody who takes part in the care of patients. So at that level, we're already talking. We're talking. Now, as a society, again, we're going to go up advocating. We're going to stretch out our hands of fellowship to our brother colleagues in other health institutions, other health professional groups. We're going to be talking with them, encouraging them, and enlightening them on what pharmacy is all about. I do know that there are a number of them who have fears that pharmacists will want to take over their jobs. But unfortunately, that is not so. Right now, the National Committee on Policy for Prescription has resumed. That's another way we're going to also do this. But what is more important is that at every opportunity that we have to interact, whether at the hospital level, whether at the association level, we should be able to show to them that we don't mean any harm, but we want to be respected, And they have no choice but to respect us for who we are and what we are and what we have to offer. And we also have to respect who they are and what they have to offer. But as a society, we'll keep doing what we need to. Keep reaching out to everybody that we need to reach out to. It's more of a diplomacy thing than the war thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Pharmacist Anthony Oyewole, what are your thoughts on the expanded role of the pharmacist, especially at pharmacy level?
The family of Okon has been taken hostage by an evil-looking creature.
When Amatem fought appear, malaria around for cover.
Amatem, thank you.
Amatem fought against some gel capsules, tablets for adults, and suspension for Pekin. Amatem does not eat somebody and are very easy to use. Remember how Amatem fought against scratch pain to confirm the original and against some gel capsules. Amatem, say no to malaria.
See the need for primary care services, be it immunization, nutrition, effect, dieting situation, that people come to community pharmacy and they want solution. One of the things I'm going to do as a president is that advocacy is going to be paramount. And this can only be done with the conjunction of Federal Ministry of Health, PSN, and the state chapters of Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. So that by the time you are conducting programs, these programs are going to be certificated. Certificated like immunization. We are talking about immunization. It will be certificated bearing the logo of Federal Ministry of Health, PSN, so that when community, it does not become something somebody will be querying. And of course, if we choose, community health extension workers, community health officers can have treatment guidelines that are specifying the kind of treatment they can carry out where there are no doctors. Then pharmacists, as caregivers, needs to come up with what pharmacy-initiated medicine. This was mooted in 2014. My presidency will resuscitate it so that in Nigeria, in our own lifetime, there will be pharmacy-initiated medicine that can be carried out at the community level. These and many more are the value added that Oyewole will bring to the services of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria when elected as president. Thank you very much.
Okay, so this is the last of the prepared questions that we have. Of course, we will have the opportunity to take your 1 minute. Once again, we want to thank all those who are connected via social media. We really appreciate you. More importantly, this
Okon has been taken hostage by an evil-looking creature.
When Amatem fought appear, malaria around for cover.
Amatem, thank you.
Amatem fought against some gel capsules, tablets for adults, and suspension for Pekin. Amatem does not eat somebody and are very easy to use. Remember how Amatem fought against scratch pain to confirm the original and against some gel capsules. Amatem, say no to malaria, yes to life.
I'm going to speak about the patent medicine vendors. I think that what we need to do is to disengage them, in a sequential manner. There are stated ratios for pharmacies per population. And what we're going to work with Federal Ministry of Health and all stakeholders that in a given location, let's say Lagos, if we have attained the given number of pharmacies in Lagos, there should be no reason for any patent medicine store to exist here. We have to move out to the rural areas. And if over time we're able to get enough pharmacists in the rural areas using satellite mechanisms and some other methods we are trying to see, we'll also get them out. There is no space for patent medicine people in a place where you have full pharmaceutical service. Secondly, we also understand that today when you have one registered pharmacy, you have maybe 100 registered patent medicine stores. You have 1,000 unregistered ones. I'm going to take away the 1,000 the first week, the first month will come in here. We're going to get the police, the army, working with PSN. The unregistered ones will go.
It will be on the making the technical arms to work together. And I call it here technical arm integration. Part of my program as PSN president is to actually allow the technical arm to be the center of activity for the PSN. because that is where it happened. That is where the public can really feel us. What I will do immediately I resume as president is to call each technical arm to a summit where a plan of action will be drawn. What is it that we are going to do in each area per year? And we are going to work on that together. Then again, I know that when we have the meeting, the NEC meeting or council meeting, there isn't much time for us to discuss what affects each technical arm. So on a quarterly basis, before NEC meeting or before council meeting, I'm going to have a summit with technical arm chairman so that we can discuss what they have done, what they are doing, and what help they need. We can move forward from there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With respect to the technical arm and the corporate, I think there's a need to awake the
Enough of seeing ourselves as hospital, industrial, academic community. We need to collaborate together. And how can we awake the giant in us? By collaboration. Collaboration will start from home, from among ourselves. And I try to preach what I preach, I practice. I have a small set of a group we do business together. 19 of us. 15 are in hospital. 4 are in community. So if we can come together, and such is encouraged in other areas. I have other people seated there that are having companies together from people, academia, industrial, community, and industry, and they are coming. There will be better relationship within the technical sectors, and we will understand ourselves better. This and many more we are going to champion when I become the president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria.
Now to the questions from social.
Can I?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies, please.
Yeah. With respect to pharmacy technicians and I am aware that the PCN is coming up with a supervisory model for pharmacists to be involved in supervising these people because they have become a reality, at least as of today, in the drug distribution mechanism. Now, for the pharmacy technicians, those ones you can do directly with while still in school. But the PSN needs to work out a mechanism, a way by which we should be able to interface and interact with them regularly so that we give them a sense of belonging. For the PPMBs, the model that is being proposed by the PCN will be one thing that I really want us to look at and work with. And once we're able to do that, therefore means that we're able to bring them under our supervision. And that will help quite a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, based on the time allocated to this program, we should be rounding up in 10 minutes. However, I guess we'll stretch it some more 10 minutes and then we'll make it a wrap. So, response to questions from social media will be 1 minute each. So I'll take it from here. And maybe I'll just pose it to anybody that crosses my mind. But each of you will have an opportunity for response. So, let's say Mazi now. Arinze Areligwe on social media has asked that some of the projects of the current the PSN Foundation that was recently launched, what's going to happen to it when you get there? What are your plans and your thoughts?
Well, because some of us understand that to develop a nation and to develop a society, there's history. You cannot recreate the wheel. So I am going to take every project that is ongoing. In fact, there's a project I'm so committed to, which we have not spoken so much about. That is our pharmacy house, the building we have in Lagos and we have in Abuja. I'm going to use my reach in the private sector that enabled me build the NEPA Plaza, the NECA Plaza in 4 years to attract funding, to be able to finish at least one of those buildings in addition to running all the projects that the present and the past executives have not completed. We must complete them while starting new ones so that those who succeed us will also continue with those ones we started.
Thank you very much. Next, Dr. Balolojo, Omobolaji Alebioshu on social media says, what's your plan when it comes to young pharmacist compensation? It has been, young pharmacists believe that under the guise of locum, they are subjected to earning peanuts. Do you have a plan to uplift the young pharmacists economically?
Earlier, we are going to set up this employment bureau. And the purpose of that employment bureau is to have right placement. Because it is not enough for you to just have a place that you call work and that you are not excited about it. You are going to work in a day that you are not excited. You say that that kind of job, you should drop it. So the employment bureau that we are going to set up is the one that will interface between the employers of labor and the pharmacists so that they are properly placed. And somebody will not be handing a pharmacist 40,000 naira or the kind of money that we learn they are being paid right now. This is what we are going to do. This is the purpose of PSN. This is the reason why people pay annual due. And the annual due must add value to their life, particularly to the young pharmacists who are looking forward to us for direction. We will do that for them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Onwese, wholesale pharmacies are now seen to render pharmaceutical care and retail sales services to walk-in customers openly across the nation. What's your reaction to this, and what will you do to regulate this bad practice?
We are going to collaborate with PCN and possibly NAFDAC too to ensure that everybody will practice within the scope of what the license provides for. If you are in retail, be a retailer. If you are in wholesale, be a wholesaler. Simple. And then, of course, it's important to state this. Any society where you have indiscipline being condoned, you definitely have this kind of results. So, the society will not in any way encourage wholesaling and retailing together. We are not. If any pharmacist or any group or any organization is in wholesale business and retail business, such businesses must be separated. And we're going to have to link up with PCN and link up with NAFDAC in those two regards, because NAFDAC also has a role to play in the way people will manage their business, in the way they're going to do their businesses. Because some of the times people will respond more when they believe that something like a sanction is going to come. So that's the way we're going to go about it.
Okay, thank you very much. Last but by no means the least, from social media, pharmacist veterinary pharmacy is still in its developmental phase in Nigeria. What are your plans for pharmacists as it pertains to veterinary pharmacy?
The plan is that veterinary is part of pharmacy, part and parcel of pharmacy. And we must begin to inculcate that taught in school. Because right from the school, we need to imbibe that culture. And we are going to encourage our community pharmacies to make sure that they go into veterinary medicine. Nature abhors a vacuum. It is because our people are not going to this area that the veterinary surgeons have no choice than to not say, okay, we have to take care of our own patients. If we see all these animals and pets as our patient, then we will do the needful. So one of the things we are going to do is advocacy with respect to the community practitioners. In fact, we will work in conjunction with the Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria and, of course, NAPA to make sure there's a robust crash training program that will be convoked so that community pharmacists can go into this area fast and bridge the gap.
I believe we have run through all this last set of social media questions. The next will be questions from the audience. Now this is the hardest part of the program, because as I've been trying to look through the questions, most of them look like punches below the belt. So I will rephrase them so that they move above the belt. And then, because these are questions we all know. We've all been seeing them all over. So perhaps it's an opportunity for the contestants to speak on those topics and then probably clear the air. So let me start with Mazi Samuaboa. It's been said that as a board member of NHIS, you were there and as a pharmacist. People want to know, what did you do to promote pharmacy while there? Because it's being believed that we have the short end of the stick when it comes to that plan. Over to you, sir.
I wish people go to see the minutes In fact, I went to the NHS board as president of NECA. I wasn't sent there as a pharmacist. I was sent as NECA. But Dr. Dogo Mohammed had to write a protest to NECA that Samuel Abunwa has come to this board to speak about pharmacy instead of facing the job of employers for whom he came. Because I fought for the elevation of the pharmacy department to a food directorate. I got the GM appointed. I went on to ensure that we expanded the number of pharmacies that were enlisted to participate in NHS. I had already written a proposal after doing a tour on how to get pharmacies more involved in fee-for-service. I was telling some people that we were to submit the report a day before the board was dissolved. We said, let's come to the board tomorrow and give it to the new board. Dogo locked the boardroom. We didn't have access. We had to sit with Lambo, Professor Lambo, the health minister, who was our chair. So I did all I could in every position that I found myself as a pharmacist, because that's what I am, and it is pharmacy that exposed me to all those places that I went to.
Even as we read your citation, one of your many accomplishments will be as the founding CEO of Ultra Logistics. You are aware of all the things being said about Ultra Logistics. Your claim is that you left a profitable business, but then there are counterclaims all over. You have 2 minutes to speak to the topic.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah.
The story of Ultra Logistics, in few words, right here, to everybody here present and those who are watching us. The vision and philosophy behind Ultra Logistics is that pharmacists need to have a bite of the franchise of pharmacy. They're talking about the business of pharmacy. We are here, and other people are the one benefiting. People say, when we travel, that Nigerian streets are paved with gold, but it's only Nigerians that don't see it. And that is why an organization will come into this country in 2002, and by 2014, they're already having a turnover of 6 billion every year. So what was running me was, can we come together? What individual cannot do, group can do it. What 5 naira cannot do, 5 naira times 100 can do it. And that's exactly what we did. And for the first time in the history of this society, we were able to raise 124 million naira from pharmacists, not because if they don't pay, they will not get their license. And that is exactly what happened. And during the period that I managed this business, I put about 80 million naira of Ultra Logistics to work. And from there, within 10 months, I got more than 30 million naira. In a year when this country is under recession, in a year when companies are closing down, in a year when there are redundancy, this is what I did for pharmacists.
There are fears that you will not be able to function effectively as PSN president. Yeah. I need the fears, sir.
Yeah, no. Thank you very much. I am but very happy that this question is coming up. Opposite where I'm standing, I think if you look behind Muhammadu Buhari there, I must be showing that photograph. There's another photograph that I've posted on the social media, having a tete-a-tete with the Honorable Minister of Health. But beyond that, I have said that the PSN is about advocacy and lobbying. The message that is going to be passed across to any stakeholder or any group is the message of PSN, not the message of Daniel or message. Now, I also want to say this. There is no rule anywhere, whether in the PSN Constitution or in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that bars a civil servant from serving his society. Now, Aliba Waba is a civil servant and is the leader of NLC. The current NMA president is also a civil servant. He works at Lagos State University. The secretary works at General Hospital Egon here in Lagos. The Association of Medical Laboratory Scientists, their president works at NIMA, somewhere in Yaba there. And you can have all of these people have tested, and they have tested other groups of people. So it is not about being antagonistic to government. It is not even about more of what you say. It is about how you say it. And God knows He has imbued me with that level of humility and consciousness that whatever I'm going to say in the best of ways that will not attract any opprobrium from anybody. So, as a member of PSN,
It is not my duty to go and stand before the minister and begin to castigate him when I don't need to do so. So it's not about that. It's about what am I bringing on the table that will benefit PSN. And I have the capacity. We have done so. Just last week, the federal government of this country approved 6 zonal facility-based narcotic stores. And I championed it without the cost of any violence.
Thank you very much. Last but by no means the least, Mrs. Tony Oyawole. You've said copious. You've served for several decades this profession honorably. A few people believe that you represent a group that want to continue to hold the profession to yourself. So somebody says here, why should I vote for you? Yeah. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I've been a phenomenon in pharmacy right from the time I was a student. I was a member of Student Representative Council in Ife, and I served crediting the work. And since leaving school, the first time the PGO window arrangement of pharmacy was remodeled in Lagos State. That map that led to the remodeling of Ebutemeta Health Center. Today, that was where Lagos State took the cue to enlarge the windows, because I believe pharmacists are not lepers. It is only it's not just to be hearing us, you must see us physically and see our hands. And also, it is about antecedent. I've contributed in making sure that pharmacy continue to move higher and higher. At a point that pharmacy is supposed to be privatized, I was part of the team that led the resistance to make sure that it did not see the light of day. And with respect to making sure that things happen in pharmacy, I was instrumental to the sustainable drug development system we are running in Lagos today, and the 57 flagship healthcare center that is running, that has become a model for Nigerians to come and visit from other states. So if Oyawole can do this, then it is time to consolidate on the gains we have had. And that's why ABO Consolidation Project 2018 has come on board. And by the grace of God, as men of honor, you will join me to make Oyawole the next president of the Pharmaceutical Society.
Rounding up, each of the contestants has 2 minutes each, and we stay strictly with 2 minutes to make closing remarks. There are some things you still want us to know and that we have left out. You have 2 minutes to wrap up, basically to convince us why should we vote for you. So the first question goes to Mazi. Why you? Your closing statements.
Well, I think that the job of the PSN president, that forming job, one is leadership and management of pharmaceutical resources. The other is advocacy and lobbying for good laws and policies to be made. The third is to create the right image for the profession. And the fourth is accountability of stewardship. Now, I have received training through my job as CEO of Pfizer, as CEO of Nimet International Pharmaceuticals PLC, as chairman of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, president of Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, NECA, chairman Nigeria Economic Summit Group, and all the presidential committees that I've served in, understand how advocacy is done, to understand how we can get to the point where policies are made, to understand that the work Olumide did in legislative work, the work that our current president has done in opening up the profession, needs us to build action now to deliver. And I'm going to use those skills to create action committees that will deal with the YPG issues, that will deal with the hospital pharmacy issues, and create new subspecialties that will deal with the community to make sure we ring-fence pharmacy and take those who have no business in pharmacy out of it. And that will make sure that our industrial pharmacies produce more, and that our academic pharmacies have better job to do and better remuneration. That work requires somebody who has the reach, who has the political clout, who has the ability to have a name recall, and who can enter where policies are made and decided.
And I believe that I'm going to work to place a pharmacist at the head of public policy in the Ministry of Health. Thank you.
Dear colleagues, I hold this to be true. Most of our existence as our Creator had it is for us to make the world a better place to live. And my life has been that of service. I've served pharmacy all my adult life, right from the first 2 weeks of my entry into the university up to the last day when I was past president. Till today, I've served the profession. And each opportunity that I have, I've used it to impart the system and change the narrative for that system. More especially when you talk about NAHIP. I spent 4 years there, and till today, NAHIP has never been the same again. We have positively impacted that society. We have changed it today. We have members of NAHIP being chairman and secretary of state PSN all over the country. And this is what I've been saying, that we need to do things differently. We need that man with passion. We need that man with creativity. We need that man with idea. We need that man with drive. We need that one who is self-motivated. The person that you don't need to ask before he knows what to do. And that man is Lolu Ojo. Dear brothers and sisters, by November 2, you'll be asked to choose between 4 O's. And I'm asking, choose the double O advantage. Ojo, naturally occurring. And Obaloluwa. The Lord is king. The Lord is king in the affairs of this profession. And he will take us to greater heights. That is my promise.
Yeah. Like I said at the beginning, it's all about service to mankind. And if it's about service, then service as pharmacists, wherever we find ourselves, whether in the academia, in the community, in the hospital, or even in the industry. Now, it's about advocacy. It's about managing people. It's about managing resources. It's about treading where others have refused or cannot dare to tread. Here is Daniel. I have all those qualities to dare where others cannot dare. I have served this profession to the best of my ability, wherever I have found myself. In all the assignments that I've been given, I've acquitted myself very, very, very clearly. And I think I still have a lot to offer. I have mentored the young ones, both as students as well as YPG. And even those who also work under me, I've also mentored them. Now, as individuals in our various various technical groups, you have the community pharmacy, which is purely a service and business outfit. We're going to create an enabling environment in that regard. For the hospital practice, where that is my area of core competence, we're also going to ensure that nobody is changing anybody in that regard. For the industry, we're going to make it more productive, and that people will buy and pay for the goods and services. Then for the academies, they are going to produce the kind of pharmacies that we need. Now, to do all of that, I have the energy, I have the energy, I have the passion to do it, I have the willingness to do it, I have the reach, including the political reach, to do all of those things, to enter into those places. I know better can speak in the language of government other than the government officer. I know the people to talk to, how to talk to them, where to talk to them, what to say to them, in the right words. So, when you come to Ibadan, there's only one D amongst all the O's here. So please remember, good Daniel, together with us.
Okay, last but by no means the least, Anthony Bola Oyawole, why you?
Yeah, thank you very much. Anthony Bola Oyawole is a man. He's a man that is bold. He's a man that is not tainted. He's a man that brings passion to pharmacy. He's a man whose other name is strategist. Because during 2012-2015, I was the chairman of strategist committee. And you all knew where we took pharmacy to. The brand is still developing. And that's why Oyawole is coming on board. Oyawole is a man that will not pocket the commonwealth of pharmacy. Oyawole has been serving pharmacy and is continuing to serve pharmacy. I sleep and drink pharmacy. Even at the other room. For a man that is approachable, a man that is available, a man that is one phone call away, a breed builder, a man with original ideas, have caused things to happen in pharmacy. Like in the biblical terms, Naaman was a general, but it wasn't his co-general that cured him of leprosy. It was a maid servant. So connection comes in many forms. I remember the time you were at the Oba of Lagos Palace. President Yakasai took me there. And of course, I knew what I did on the ground. So connection comes in many forms. And we have been able to reach out to nook and corners. By the grace of God, I'm the face of pharmacy at the Association of Professional Bodies of Nigeria, comprising of 30 responsible organizations. So the connection is there. And collaboration with other health workers and health team. By the grace of God, Oyawole is the Vice President of Health Care Provider Association of Nigeria today. So the connection is there, and we'll take pharmacy to an favorable place.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a very, very interesting session. I'd just like to tender slight apologies to those who are following us online. They saw adverts here and there, and they really wanted to listen to the contestants. But then this could not have happened, the live streaming, without the sponsorship of LB Pharmaceuticals. Let's appreciate LB once again. They have helped bring this to the fore, and we believe that in Ibadan, they will even do better. Now, as it is done customarily, we will want all contestants to shake hands, hug themselves, so that your campaign managers out there will know that we are all men of honor. So please, let's... Okay, having done that, I'd like us to all please come out in front here and let the president of PSN join. No, just the president for now, and all the contestants just in front here, so we can take. The president will be in the middle. One in Agbada, 4 in suit. Okay, one on the other side. Good. So, are there? Okay. Okay. So all those of us monitoring on social media, we can see that it's one team. On November 3rd, the man in Agbada and one of the men in suits, one will be IPP, one will be the incoming president. Other people can then come and join the group photograph now. All stakeholders can join. After this, we'll take comments from the PSN president, then the Farmer News MD vote of thanks, and then we'll take the closing prayer and we'll be on our way. Please let everybody show in the picture.
Yes to life.
The family of Okon has been taken hostage by an evil look.
Amatem, thank you.
Amatem fought against some jail capsules, tablets for adults, and suspension for...
Okay.
Hello, I'm Yumika Ogons, and this is the official channel of the 91st PSN National Conference, tagged Oluyole 2018, holding in Ibadan. Join me on this channel as we begin the official countdown and an exciting journey to the most anticipated event of the year. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Let's sit down, no photograph after. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy that you will believe with me that all of them can represent pharmaceutical. Tomorrow, we want to see a joint statement from all of them that they are together to serve Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. That after the election, they will still work together as a team for the sake of the profession. If it is so, can you raise your hand? Thank you very much. May God bless you. As a father, I bless all of you. It will be well for you. Even one with fake name. I have never known somebody who's Oba. But today is Oba. So this engagement is very important. It's better to engage than to create tension, war. This is a secret, and God has done it for us. May God continue to make us one united family. May I invite Elder Ifanya Atui to give a vote of thanks and closing prayers. But I must thank the crew. You have done a wonderful job. Yes. The crew, please sponsor them. They are going to be in Ibadan for the whole 4-5 days. They need sponsorship. And I am presenting the crew. It's the best online television I can ever see in Nigeria. The production is high quality. So if you give your advert, you are not going to regret. Reach out to all the manufacturing outfits. Reach out to Palm Alliance. Not only grammar. Not you must bring money. Thank you. You have to go here. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First, when the president gave his opening speech, he mentioned that the idea came from people. He mentioned the young colleague, isn't it? He mentioned the crew, and they mentioned Farmer News. This is power of idea. Is Solomon here? Come. Come. Whether you have something in your mouth or not. Well, I want to recognize that young man, Solomon, because one afternoon I was at the dining table with my wife, and he came up and said, there's an idea he has. I said, what is it? He said, what of organizing debate, public debate for these presidential aspirants? I said, no, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved in that type of debate. In any case, you will tell me details. You will tell me details later on. In fact, it was only 2 days ago, my wife was reminding me. I say, anytime an idea comes to you, you reject it. I remember when he came to tell us, you were saying like that, you are like, I said, look, I didn't know it was a very good idea. But we thank God it has been collaborated by the president that ideas for what we are doing today came from different sources and about the same time. That's why we are having this program. Thank you very much. Then I asked myself, what is the purpose? Anything you want to do, you have to ask yourself, why? What is the purpose? And to me, I agreed, the purpose is that we shall be able to get a candidate acceptable to all to be the next president. Social media is one. Those write-ups are on their own. But when we meet them personally and discuss and see them answer questions, we have better impressions of the candidates. Because all we want is that God will give us the best president in Ibadan in November. And it's one of them. Not all of them, one of them. God will give us one. You know, the way we work is that we are trying to find out who will be the president, and we have 4 of them. But God already knows the president, but we do not know. So we're only making efforts to know what is in God's plan for PSN. And the next president will take PSN to a higher level. Let me appreciate the PSN president. Because when I told him about this, of course he said, yes. He didn't ask questions. And that is how we work together. A president that receives ideas from people, because he doesn't know it all. A president that collaborates with people, he doesn't know it all. I want to use this opportunity to thank him because he's already on his way out. But in his tenure, he has involved so many people to come to work with him. Even retired people like myself. I retired many years ago, but he has put me in committees and said I should be coming here again. I said, but I'm retired. He said, no, you still have something for us. So I want to thank him very much. And I want to thank the candidates themselves. I know when we fixed this date, 12th, 2 of them had very important commitments somewhere. But after consideration, they had to cancel those appointments to be here. So thank you very much for being here. Yes. And we want to thank the audience. You see, this is a wonderful audience. Very calm, cooperating, and everything has gone smoothly. No noise making, no whistling, no clapping, as we said. That shows that we are men of honor. Thank you very much. And also the ones we classified as the stakeholders, they are representatives there. But these ones, audience invited by the candidates. I'm very grateful for your attendance and sparing this time for this purpose. And I am sure that what we have done today will help us to get the best president for ourselves. We have 4 very good presidents, but we're only talking of the one God has said, you run this show in the next 3 years. Thank you very much for coming. I won't forget to thank, because when this idea came in, and we discussed in my office, and I said, Sunshine is the man, though. Actually, I traveled. But when I returned, we had a meeting on it. They said, Sunshine has been mentioned. I said, you must look for talent, too. Me, I can't do this, so Sunshine can do it. So we have talents, what God has put inside us. And all we do is to use it. We can use it to serve people. And also to make money. That's why God has given us the talent. And I want to thank the crew. This is the first time I came close to him, but I've been seeing his handwork. Thank you very much. Are you a pharmacist? Wonderful. Let me... Wonderful. Wonderful. You see, this is what we have in the profession. Talents. Talent. These are natural. God has given, and it must be used when you practice your pharmacy. I want to thank especially those who have come from outside Lagos. When we were inviting, I didn't know people can manage to come from outside, but I've seen Dr. Amibo. You know, sorry, I have to get clear of the name because they tell me that Amibo here is somebody who is gossiping. But I know you are not gossiping. So you are not Amibo. So thank you for coming all the way from Delta State to represent your section. And any other ones who have come, thank you. I thank my staff too, who have been a part of this system. Thank you once again, because it is because of you we are here. If you are not here, then we have no reason to be here. So greatest thanks we go to four of you. I pray that God will give you the strength, give you the wisdom to carry on, because you are demonstrating love for the profession. That's love. To serve is demonstration of love. Thank you very much. Shall we stand and pray? Our Heavenly Father, we thank Thee because it has pleased Thee to make this day for us. Thank you for granting us the health to make it possible for us to stand on our feet at this moment. Thank you because of this program we have had. All we are asking is, Father, that all we have done should be according to your own plan. What we have done the other way, please ignore and forget. Our desire is to do what pleases you at all times. What we are doing is what we should do as human beings, but the decision is your own, because all man's plans amount to nothing. It is only your own plan that will work out. Therefore, we are handing over all our efforts, all our activities. We surrender to you so that your decision will be the final. Thank you, Father, for the president of PSN. Thank you for what he has done for this society so far. Thank you, Father, for the proposed convention and national conference coming up at the end of the month. Father, we pray that it will be a great success. It will be a huge success. And the results will be tremendous. Thank you for those who will be traveling. Thank you for participants and organizers. We commit this special conference unto you and pray that you grant us your blessings. Father, we have come and we are praying that you take us back to our different destinations as we are closing. This day will be well spent with you and thereafter. Thank you for receiving our prayers. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Praise the Lord.
I'm Yumi Kalguns, and this is the official channel of the 91st PSN National Conference, tagged Oluyole 2018, holding in Ibadan. Join me on this channel as we begin the official countdown and an exciting journey to the most anticipated event of the year. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our Facebook page, PSN Oluyole 2018. Don't be left out.
Ancient city of Ibadan, the third most populous city in Nigeria. The ancient city of Ibadan, the third most populous city in Nigeria, with the first stadium to be built in the whole of Africa, first television station in Africa, hosts the 91st Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria PSN Annual National Conference, Oluyole 2018. Venue is the 5,000 seating capacity International Conference Center, Ibadan, Oyo State, from Monday the 29th October to Saturday the 3rd of November 2018. Special guest of honor is Excellency Senator Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki, CON, President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chief host is Excellency Senator Ishaq Abiola Ajimobi, Executive Governor of Oyo State. Keynote address speaker, Pharmacist Clara Omashe, MD CEO, JNC International Limited and President, Healthcare Federation of Nigeria, HFN. Also speaking, Senator Dr. Lamri Tejosho, Senate Committee Chairman on Health. This event will be streamed live on the PSN Oluyole 2018 official Facebook and YouTube channels. Subscribe today to get live updates and watch the conference live. Powered by the Crew Media Studio. Announcer, Pharmacist Ahmed Ayakasai, FPSN, President, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, PSN.
The family of a con has been taken hostage by an evil-looking creature.
When Amatem fought appear, malaria run for cover.
Amatem, thank you.
Amatem fought against some gel capsules, tablets for adults, and suspension for Pekin. Amatem does not eat somebody and are very easy to use. Remember how Amatem fought against scratch pin to confirm the original and against some gel capsules. Amatem. Say no to malaria, yes to life.